Our next speaker, we have Senator Dennis Baxley. We are so thrilled to have him here today. He has represented District 12, which includes Sumter County and parts of Lake and Marion counties in Central Florida, since 2016. He previously served in Florida House as well as on the Bellevue City Commission and as its mayor. He sponsored Stand Your Ground legislation and opposes the removal of Confederate monuments and memorials. His wife and him have 5 children and 9 grandchildren. We are so thrilled to have Senator Baxley speak with us today about protecting our children. Please welcome Senator Baxley.
Thank you. You're patient. Gosh, you want to stand up a minute? I can just imagine you're getting a little seat glue there. Stand up a minute and wake up. While I welcome you to Senate District 12, it's great to have the Alliance here and all this wonderful information. And what I want to do today is share an idea with you. Freedom works. Freedom works. You're going to hear some challenging things today. I've already been challenged on several fronts that I'm going to be watching for what I can do. But I want to tell you that freedom works. There is a foundational aspect. A lot of this is in the weeds and how things are happening. But in fact, foundationally, it's important that we protect our Constitution. That First Amendment, the freedom of speech, and that covers religious speech. Your ideas are good as anybody else's, and you are going to have to be the voice. And that's why I'm so proud of Citizens Alliance. It has gained credibility with its homework and its contacts to be heard in the capital of the state of Florida, to be heard at the commissioner's office. They're getting these meetings because they bring good information. And I want to encourage every one of you to form a personal relationship with your legislators. They're just people, and they have thousands of things coming at them. I want to encourage you to get involved in their campaigns right now, because if you help them get there, they're going to be even more sensitive when you come to bring an idea. And that's what I'm looking for, is people with good ideas who do their research, and they're answering tremendous challenges in our culture. But under that, we have got to continue to protect free speech. We live in a cancel culture. They no longer want debate. The left edge is all the way over there to where they want you to shut up. And this is what we are in grave danger of in this country. And that's why this year's elections are so important. Everything is on the table. Because if we lose our liberty and the liberty of free speech, we will never be able to keep America on track and know the America. You know what brings me to work every day? I got a picture hanging in every office. It's Jeanette and I and our 5 kids and our 8 grandchildren and our daughter-in-laws. And there's 19 people in that picture in Team Baxley. And I look at that picture every day and I say, what kind of America am I leaving for them? I know what kind of America we were given, where an ordinary kid can leave home at 17 or come from a different country, can work hard. You don't even have to be the smartest one. I never got a scholarship to anything. No one ever paid my bills. This is America. And if you'll work hard and care about something, you can make a difference. There's a tremendous apathy in the country. Well, I'm going to tell you, there's always something good in the picture. There's something good about apathy. A few people can make a big difference because most of them aren't paying any mind. And I really salute you for being here and filling your mind with knowledge and then moving on that and bringing that information into the public forum. I have been working on free speech. I salute you on Common Core. That's been a battle for a while. That got introduced and caught up in the nation during 3 years that I was not there. And when I came back, it was full bore. And what I told Citizens Alliance then, I said, look, the answer to this is freedom. Where I'm focusing my efforts is on expansion of choice. And we're responding to an overall movement. The individualization of education is our hope. You don't have to take whatever's dished out. You have choice. I've always had choice. If I had to move in the middle of the night to keep my kids in the right school and under the right instruction, I did it. But many people can't do that. And the school choice movement is about activating individual choice. In America, we protect liberty and justice for everyone. And everything that has happened at the Department of Education, right now you have a friend because you have a like-minded person running that place in Commissioner Corcoran. And we're going to support him with the legislation as best we can to revolutionize an environment that we had really given over to the liberals to run. They've taken over our whole educational model. We don't have to sit for that. And every day we expand educational choice and we speak to righteousness, we can make a difference. I want to tell you about some of the bills we have done, because it feels like the world's coming apart some days when you look at problems all day and challenges. And we should never be afraid to look at those and deal with them. But you've been winning some things. I worked on student and faculty academic freedom. And the way this happened is I got invited to come to, and this was back in 2005. I got invited to come to a constitutional conference in St. Louis. And I was there, I met a guy named David Horowitz. Now, he had worked for the Black Panthers. He had been a far left, liberal, crazy person. And he realized they weren't for real. They were criminals. And he got out of there and he's come over and he's become a great writer. You may know his book out right now. You need to read it, Blitz. Blitz is his latest book about where we are with the president. And he's been in the fight for freedom ever since he left that dark space. And he had this bill outlined. And what was happening, of course, on the college campuses, anybody who had a conservative worldview or a biblical worldview was being, just downbeaten and silenced. And I was one of those kids. And you just, kind of buckle down, push through, get your credentials, and get out of there. When you're in those kind of settings, it doesn't have to be that way. And what he did is he took the academic freedom principles that are laid out for professors and he applied them to students. And it simply addressed things that you shouldn't go to take a Spanish class and listen to a 2-hour tirade, left-wing slant of why the president should be a war criminal. And this stuff was going on, particularly in the social science arenas. You've seen them take over. The people who were the weathermen and who were the Black Panthers of the 60s, they're now the chairman of the departments. And their selection process is very incestuous. They bring on people that think like them. And this is why our education model, we gave it up. We let them take it over. And it's time to take a stand in all these arenas and say, no, that's not what we believe. And we have every right to say it. And I'll defend your right to speak, but you're going to have to listen to what I have to say too. But you have the power. That bill made a difference because because I did that bill, I had it ready to go to the floor. And I said, I really don't want the government telling you how to run the school. But if you're going to continue to persecute people and carry out these practices that discriminates against those people who believe the basics of this country, something has to change. We did another bill that had one exit strategy. The opponents are very, very smooth. And to protect free speech, we were going to have free speech zones. Well, what that meant is you had a postage stamp off here off the edge of campus where you had to stay in that little square or you couldn't express yourself. Now, Planned Parenthood and everybody else, they're right, where all the stream is of people are flowing. And we said that we're going to stop that. And we outlawed in our universities free speech zoning. That if it's any common area that's available to everybody, then we're in the game too. And just because our issues don't strike with their way of thinking, they are not going to exclude us from the conversation. We need diversity of thought on our campuses. I'm telling you, you're winning some of these battles. But it is all on the line. And I'm going to go way off on a limb here and tell you, you better vote for the president. I don't care if you like him or not. Because this is America versus communism. When I was in high school, we had a required course called Americanism versus Communism after Vietnam. And I'll tell you, I came out of there understanding what a different world it is to live in America or to live under communism. I think we should bring that course back because obviously they don't understand. We got a lot of 20-year-olds. Now, thankfully for organizations like this, PragerU, I noticed they had like 40 billion lessons up that kids, they've marketed on the internet to young people. And you know what? They have a 70% conversion rate with people they get to. If you show them America, that's why everybody wants to come here. Because of liberty, freedom works. And if we will teach that again to our children and give them the things that will protect them, we can make a difference in the next generation. Help me change what the next generation looks like for my children, my grandchildren, and their generation. God bless you.